What's going on, everybody? TRAE4JUSTICE back in the building, coming at you guys with, I guess, just a video on my thoughts of the Quiet on the Set docuseries that I recently checked out, that goes into detail about some of the darkest things that took place on the set of a lot of shows that I actually grew up watching. So I grew up in the early 2000s, which was basically the time where most of these shows took place. You start to realize that there are scenes that are placed in these shows. As a little kid, I never even gave it a second thought. Like, I didn't see it in that way. And it's not until I looked at it now, the amount of times I had to like pause, turn the screen off, and then walk away. It felt like it was every 20 minutes because this stuff, it is disgusting to see what they all actually went through while working on some of these shows that kids loved. So I think Childhood Ruined would be a pretty good title for this video. So in the docuseries, the person that's at the center of all of this is Dan Schneider. So he basically is a creator of a lot of shows that were massive hits on Nickelodeon and Disney Channel, which I had no idea about the Disney Channel stuff. That honestly shocked me. But yeah, I never paid much attention to this guy growing up. I mean, I remember him sometimes in some skits, especially in the Amanda Show. It's insane how the first impression you get, especially when you just look at him, he looks like he's very fun to be around. He cracks a lot of jokes, only to find out this dude was doing some of the creepiest stuff. I don't want to do spoilers just in case you guys have not seen it, but there's something that they mention about massages, which was one of the reasons I had to keep walking out of the room. This power dynamic that's taking place, which is Dan Schneider is at the very top, and basically all of the actors and the people that are working on the set are horrified because he can say whatever he wants, he can do whatever he wants to anyone, and they're afraid that they'll lose their job and they can no longer provide for their families. Not only were the kids going through very weird situations, especially when it came to outfits they had to wear, situations they were forced into because they felt like they had to provide for their families, and if they didn't obey, they would lose everything. But you learn about these really gross experiences that some of the female writers went through. So he would put them in situations that seemed almost like it was some kind of weird humiliation fetish of some sort. I don't know what you would call it, but it's like, it's the kind of situation where it's like, even as an adult, you feel like you need an adult. Like, you don't know what to do. You can imagine the toll that's going to take on somebody mentally. You need the money to pay your bills, to help your family, but the entire time you are being humiliated and forced to do these very weird, gross things just to impress somebody. The massaging. Okay, really quick. So Dan Schneider would basically just pick random female employees, and he would tell them that they have to come in and massage him basically while he's on set. Let me take a quick shower. Let's cleanse this filth off of me. Okay, another thing I wanted to mention. How is it possible that two people that are a part of this team that were working on the set of this show turned out to be child assaulters? I'm trying not to say the actual term because the video will be flagged. They weren't just two like, oh, he's a janitor and then this guy over here, he just delivers the food or something. They were both integral members of the cast. Like, one of them, I'm ashamed to admit, the pickle guy. The freaking pickle guy, man. Why do I remember the pickle guy? Because my sense of humor is stupid. I remember as a little kid, the randomness of just a guy walking around with a platter of pickles. I actually thought it was funny. Low-hanging fruit kind of humor, no pun intended, even though pickle's not that, but you get what I mean. My sense of humor is super childish, so that was funny to me. I had no idea he was one of the people they were talking about. And the other guy, I don't remember seeing him before, but there's a part after they arrest him, they find a journal where he writes that I don't even want to repeat this line. I mean, he basically confesses, I guess, to himself that he is a kid assaulter and he has to find one to, oh my goodness, man, this is just insane. So you all see now why this video is going to be titled Childhood Ruined. A lot of members on the cast, it seemed like they disappeared off the face of the earth, or at least I didn't see them in a lot of major shows and movies and stuff. So it was one of those things where you kind of wonder like, oh, I wonder where those guys are now. I wonder what they're up to. And you learn that a lot of them dealt with addiction problems, self-esteem issues, all due to this show. These kids become the breadwinners of their family at such a young age. Their ages are all over the place. Some of them are just like 9 years old, 12, and you can see how a situation like this equals the Schneider effect. Now, as we move from all that, we go into the Amanda Show, and I'm probably mixing a lot of details from all that with the Amanda Show because they had a very similar format. So the actors from the show go into detail about this very creepy relationship between Dan Schneider and Amanda Bynes, which was way too close for comfort. You find out that they spent a lot of time together, and then the freaking massaging. There are times where they said Amanda would massage his shoulders sometimes, and I think even I don't know if that's true or not, but he may have massaged her on set in front of everybody. It's just a really weird dynamic, so I'm trying to slow down and not give too many spoilers because some of you may want to actually watch it. The last part I'll mention, and I'm skipping over a lot, I'm more than okay with going back and talking about certain parts if you all want me to, because this show, it's a lot. But someone that showed up in this series that I was very surprised to see was Drake Bell. Now, I didn't follow his situation that happened, I'm not even sure how long ago, but when I found out that he was actually going to be a part of something like this, I thought he was just going to talk about that situation where he was convicted of doing some very weird stuff, but that wasn't the main point of what he's talking about. So you come to find out that Drake was actually assaulted by the freaking pickle guy that I was talking about earlier, and I never knew of this stuff. Essentially everything was swept under the rug. I mean, I don't know if it was on purpose it was swept under the rug, but I never knew about something like this until now. But look, before I end this video and inevitably go take another shower, I just want to say this really quick. When you think about how you were as a kid, because when I think about it, I was in a mindset where I was not thinking about adult stuff. And this is one of the reasons why I get super uncomfortable when it comes to things like this, where there are a bunch of kids and then you have adults behind the scenes that are like pulling all the strings. In situations like this where you find out somebody has an attraction to these types of people, it is horrifying. We just keep the weirdos away from kids and then just let the kids be kids, okay? I mean, it's a time in their life where they shouldn't be exposed to this kind of weird stuff. I guess I just wanted to end it on that note, even though I have no idea who I'm speaking to. There's a lot more I could talk about. I could do a part 2 if you all want me to. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Let me know what you think if you saw it or if you're interested in seeing it. But if you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you did something good for somebody today. Hope somebody did something good for you, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.